I was like, there's so much there.
Okay, so welcome to our training. Thank you all for coming. I was kind of scared it was going to be like a couple people. Okay, so I just have different leaders going over different topics, so I'm going to kind of go and then shift it to different leaders. But I'm going to talk about the steps to success and how this is so important for your business. This is how you're going to go from making nothing with this company to making whatever your goal is. This is something we do every single month. It's not a quota, it's just a goal. It's something you should be striving to do every single month. There's going to be months where, yeah, you might not fill it out completely, but that's okay because you're trying to. There's some months I got all my 4 loyal customers and not my distributors. Stop. But that's okay. So as long as you have it in your mind and you're actually striving for it, and I always talk about printing it off because we all know what we need. We know we need the 4 loyal customers. We know we need the 3 distributors. It's all in our mind. But if you print it off and you see it, and then you get that loyal customer and you write in their name, you kind of see what you need now. So it's a visual, really visual helps with me. I don't know if that helps with everybody, but I always talk about printing it off and hanging it up just so you see it. This is kind of why it's so important. So let's say you joined. Your first month, you went out and you filled out a steps to success. You got 4 loyal customers, your 3 distributors. So now on month 1, that's what you got. Then what you do is you're going to repeat this. So month 1, or the first day of the month, you're good. First day of the month, you're going to repeat this. And then you're also going to teach the 3 distributors that you signed up to do this exact same thing. Can you see? I'm sorry. Okay. So month 2, hey. Month 2, you're going to have 20 loyal customers and 16 distributors underneath you. Month 3, you're going to teach those 16 distributors to do this exact same thing. This is if everybody does it, which you know how that goes. But month 3, 72 loyal customers, 67 distributors, and you see what it does. Could you imagine if everybody did it on month 6? Like, that's insane. I've been in 2 years and I'm not even close to that number on the board for distributors. You know what I mean? And it's okay. I mean, you're not going to fill it out every single month. It's fine. We get that. But it's just a goal that you have in your mind that you try your hardest to push it out. And I watched a seminar with Colette Bowden, and she said she gave herself a goal to fill it out by the 15th of the month. So she gave herself a personal goal, which honestly personal goals work better because I can't give you a goal and you a goal and you a goal. You have to actually believe that you can do it. So I gave myself, I think it was February. I gave myself a goal to fill one out by the 15th, and I did. I did it by the 16th. So I gave myself a personal goal. I pushed for it. That way, because the more you do it, the faster your business is going to grow. So you can just already see. So do not try to reinvent the wheel. And we get to a part, okay, our business isn't going anywhere. Let's try to think of something else that'll work. Stop. Don't. Honestly, if you just look at this, okay, I need to get with that loyal customer. And some of you are new, and I talked about starts with 1 the other day. I posted something tagging people that signed 1. And truly, it starts with 1. Don't dream big, but focus small. So focus on signing that 1 loyal customer, that 1 distributor. Go to the next one. So it starts with 1. Don't get overwhelmed and think, oh my gosh, I need like 20 loyal customers, because it's never going to happen. You guys can move more this way.
Yeah, we got some.
No, come this way. I want you guys this way. Sorry, I just like whacked him in the head. So that's kind of crazy, but and when the second you sign, like when I go to one-on-ones or I sign a distributor, at one-on-ones I used to go with like a big binder when we first started. It was like, here you go. Yeah, no. You keep it this. Honestly, this is the only thing you should take with you because this is how they're going to be successful with this business. And if you're not filling one out every single month or you're not trying, your business will not go nowhere. And I kind of am turning more to tough-love. Sorry. But that's how it's going to go. Okay, I wanted to talk about this too real fast. So in your first 30 days, I'm going to go. First 30 days is to get the 4 loyal customers. It is so crucial. I don't know who's in the first 30 days. Okay, it is so crucial to get those 4 loyal customers, especially for the Ruby bonus, and we didn't find this out until kind of into it. But if you don't get those 4 loyal customers, you will not be qualified for that Ruby bonus. Getting the 4 loyal customers, it's not just there. It is so crucial for your business, and I kind of want to talk about fast starts because this is so key. Getting those first 2 loyal customers gets you fast start qualified. Meaning, if I go and I sign Jody as a distributor, if I'm fast start qualified, she signs 2 loyal customers, I get a $100 bonus. If I'm not fast start qualified, I lose that $100 bonus. So this is so crucial, and I kind of just wanted to touch base on this. Whenever you sign a distributor, this is probably the first thing you need to do. Get your first 2 loyal customers. Getting the 4 is awesome because they get the 120 product credit, but getting the 2 and getting that fast start qualified, because you'll lose out on those $100 bonuses if you don't have it. And that is awesome. Fast start bonuses. So That's very crucial. And then also, to get the fast start bonus, so let's say I signed up Jody. She got the Tula customers. She didn't have her auto shipment set up, and her BV wasn't over 150. I wouldn't get the fast start bonus. Does that make sense? So she has to have 150 or the 80 BV. Okay, so now social media. Posting on social media. You have to post every single day. You cannot go a day without posting. Personal post, it works related, but don't overpost. Don't get me wrong, we've all been there, done that, but there was times where I would I still probably do sometimes, I overly post. Not strictly it works, but overly post in general. But if you're posting 5 it works posts within an hour, stop. That's just when people scroll, they're like, oh, there she is again. Oh, yep, yep. And they're just going to scroll right past you. Be personal. Don't be so salesman-y, if that makes sense. So I wasn't signing loyal customers probably a few months ago, and I was just like, what is going on? Like, I'm not signing them. And I saw Krista Penagale, she's an ambassador, and she said, if you're not signing loyal customers, you're not posting enough before and afters. People have to visually see what the products are doing. So once I started posting before and afters, I started signing more loyal customers. Because they want to see what the products do, they don't just want to hear about them, if that makes sense too. Sorry, I'm turning red because there's just a lot more people to shut up. Okay, so don't sound like a salesman, be a real person. When I was new, I did the same thing. I was a salesman, that's all I was. You have to be real, you have to show you're a real person. So post about your baby, post about your dog, post about you because your friends on your Facebook want to see you. They're friends with you for a reason, they want to see you. So don't just strictly it works, buy my product, do this, so you just be personal. And sometimes I'm like, oh, I'm personal, I'm not that awesome. So I'll just make up something about my dog. Oh my god, he's so cute, and that's like the 10th picture I posted of him in the last week. But it's okay because that's me. I don't have kids. That's my life right there, So less is more. So like when you're posting a before and after, don't go into a big paragraph of what their apps does. Just stop. Leave it at, all you do, and I have a thing when I go farther in, but do like show a before and after and be like, oh my gosh, 45 minutes and that did that to her. Bam, leave it at that. Because then if people, they're going to have to come to you with questions. If you say everything in this paragraph, they're going to scroll right past because you answered all their questions. So less is more. So do very little. And then also, this just came to mind, if somebody comments on your thread, on your picture, pull the conversation off. Because if you're sitting there answering everything, whoever your watchers are going to see everything, and then you're never going to know they're watchers. So if they want to know, they have to come to you. So just say, I'll message you. And if like 5 people will comment on my thing, I'll message you, tag them in. I'll message you, tag them in. That way, every time you comment, it pulls it back up to the very top of everyone's news feeds. So, lifestyle posts, kind of like, I used to not post for AppCash, but I've kind of started more to, just because I've asked certain leaders, what got you to join? And she told me, Ashley, who's posting your AppCash. Because people want to see, oh my gosh, you just made $100 tonight. Like, I could do this, 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 and this with it. So by posting, oh my gosh, I just made $100 in AppCash, I get to pay my grocery, or I get to go grocery shopping, or I get to pay my gas bill, or you have to be realistic, and you can't post, I make 20 grand, because people are like, okay. If you post, I'm buying diapers with my money, oh my gosh, every mom, I can buy diapers with that. So you have to post, and kind of people want to know what it's doing for you, and they want to know what it can do for them. So lifestyle posts like diapers, whatever it can pay for you. What else is lifestyle posts? Gas tank.
Vacation.
Or like, oh my gosh, I never thought I would feel like, I don't know, financially free because before I didn't have money. Or like, people want to see what It Works is doing for your life. So because then they can relate, this can do it for mine. We learned this in conference, take people on an adventure. Again, you're wanting, what did he say? If your life's not fun or something.
They don't want to be on your adventure.
Yeah, they want to see you're having fun. They want to see like, not all negative Nancy on your feed. They want to be in your adventure. Like I had a girl, I posted something and she wrote, I'm interested. So I wrote her, I was like, what are you interested in? She goes, honestly, I don't know, I just want your lifestyle. I was like, oh, okay, how do I answer it? Like, I didn't know what to do, but she's watching my lifestyle. So, so people, just take people on an adventure because they're watching you. And I say this all the time, people may not like or comment, but they are watching you. So, they're crazy. Share what It Works is doing for you. Like I said, people want to hear what it's doing for you. And there's going to be the haters. Oh my gosh, she always just talks about that. Okay, well, then you're going to find somebody that's going to touch their life and completely change it. So those are the ones that matter. So share what It Works is doing for you. And then never share somebody's post. Okay, this one. So let's say she posts something and then I go and I just share it. If anybody, let's say Kaylin clicks on mine, it'll take her to her page. So don't ever share anybody's post. You can always copy and paste it. Just don't share it, because by sharing it, if somebody clicks on it, it takes them to whoever's page you shared. And you don't want that. You want to bring it to you. This is not that. Hold on. Oh, wait. Okay, right here. I put some in the middle. Okay, is this a good or a bad post?
Bad.
You don't ever want people to know, I need this. I need loyal customers. I need to hit my goal. You need to turn it around to, what can I do to benefit you? Or how can this help you? So that's, yeah. Good or bad?
Love.
So very, like, short and sweet, and they're like, what happened? Okay, now I'm interested, and they're going to come to you. Good or bad?
Good.
No, you cannot offer free product.
What?
You can't, you
I
can
agree that.
You can behind the scenes do it, but you cannot publicly say you're going to give them something for them to sign up. Not good. And I knew a lot of people I don't know.
Oh wait, sorry. Oh, I see.
Yeah, so
I was
you
still on the
can't-
last one. Sorry.
No, you're good. You can't, it's like an incentive. You can't do that to get people to sign up.
So can we still do that one though, or so like I posted something today where I'm like, buy one of our products and get a box of wraps for free. Ask me how.
That's the referral program. So yeah,
Okay.
yeah, you're just
And
wording it
Again,
different.
behind, like, kind of like
Okay.
behind
Yeah.
the scenes.
Yeah.
Right,
stuff.
because I was like, because then you're gonna have to ask, and if
Yeah,
it
I
happens,
saw that the other day, and I was like, what is that?
Yeah,
and then
you
it
can
took me a
do
minute to be like, oh,
People are going to be like, what is that? But then when you take it behind the scenes, you tell them all the details. Okay, then what is that one good or bad? Good. Good. You just made $100. You're going grocery shopping. How many people wish they had like $100 like that at a wrap price to go grocery shopping? Like, there's tons of people. Okay, so now it's Marie's turn. I'm gonna sit here because I got this.
okay.
Ah! Yeah, sorry.
Can it
but-
see me if I just down? I know. Like,
You want to sit?
you want to share?
Just keep talking.
I do all the time. Okay, I'll be honest. I'm like, oh, just
All right,
like,
so
never mind.
one thing, guys, is like getting yourself out there. How do we put ourselves out there, and how do we
This is like
attract more
this is-
business?
belly to belly. This is off social media.
This is how you actually get in front of people. Okay, so one of the biggest things is parties. So how many of you have had your launch party or have hosted a party? Okay, so for us, whether you host your own parties or bring potentials to the weekly parties that we do here at Andrea's house, this is like one of the best ways to share our products. It actually gives people a visual of like what we have to offer, and it lets people know that we're not just wraps, because we have, if you go through our brochure, we have a product, at least one product for every person out there. We just got to find out which one that they need. So when hosting parties, it's most important to keep things simple, make it fun, and keep it short and to the point, like about 45 minutes to an hour. Where if we have people coming to a party and it's upwards of 2 hours, they're like, I have no idea this again. Like, or they get bored, or they want to leave. They wouldn't want to host a party for you, because when you host a party, it gives you an opportunity to allow the people who attend your parties to, host their own party. Because what's our, if you host a party, you get a wrap for free. Like, who doesn't love free stuff? So during your parties, make sure that, like, as people are coming, you get your wraps on, whoever wants to wrap, as they're walking in. Also, don't forget to collect your wrap cash, because I can't tell you, like, how many times in the beginning I didn't get paid for my wraps. So collect your money for sure. Then, like, during your party, just go over the party pad. Go over the party pad. I like to do customer and then distributor. Some people like to do distributor and customer. It's just whatever you feel most comfortable with. When we first started, neither one of us was comfortable talking in front of people at all. So, like,
It was like we had to stand up together the whole time.
Yeah.
Because I was like, I'm not talking if she's not there, and she was the same way.
yeah,
So even if you have to do that, even if you have to sit to feel more comfortable, I don't like to stand because I'm like, I like to be more
eye
personal.
level. Yeah.
So don't
And so, yeah, Andrea, I would do the loyal customer part, and she would do the distributor part.
Or
Yeah.
vice versa.
And so, yeah. So we split it up, and feed off of each other. If you have to get a buddy, get a buddy. Like, we connect with each other daily on our wrap pages, and we've gotten to know each other that way. Like,
Okay, real fast. I'm so sorry. Can you just go around and name your names? I'm so sorry.
Louise Smith.
Quincy Stein, Marcy Raleigh,
Kaylin Johnson,
Carla Dime.
Desiree Kiters,
Becky Dixon,
Kim Gibbs.
Chloe Perry.
Giselle,
He's my son.
Ricardo.
Natasha Preddy.
Jody Johnson,
Aubrey Bartholomew, Brianne Woodson,
Megan McCabe. Janelle Morphine.
Jamie Gardner.
Jackie Miller.
And Marissa Taylor.
Sorry, I like to do this because we see little pictures like this. So now we can. Okay, so Katie,
And
here you
I'm Haley
go.
Barker.
Oh, say yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I'll just stand back there.
I tried.
You're talking, you'll be
I
up.
know.
Okay, sorry.
So after you go over your party pad, you can go over, touch base on a few products. I like to do the Fat Fighter demo, and I like to actually kind of set that up kind of as I'm going through the loyal customer thing, just that way people can actually be watching it as we're finishing up on the party pad. Then you touch base on a few products. Do the ones that you have personally used. If you can share a personal result on a product and like have results to show, that really draws people in, especially when they know that it's you, like you're like a real person right in front of them with these results. Then you'll want to go ahead and tell your story. If you don't have a story of your own, go and read your Wrap magazine that came in your distributor kit, whether it was the Wrap magazine or what was the old one called? I can't remember.
Success.
Yeah.
Success story.
Should have got
Yeah.
this in there.
Success from home, yeah.
Yep.
So go through that. There's like 7, 8, or 10 or something
There's a
like that.
lot.
Yeah, there's a lot of stories in there. Find one you relate to, and then if you don't have your own, use that until you do. So go over your story. And at the end, so don't be afraid to, say, okay, so what would you like to do? Would you like to become a customer or would you like to become a distributor? I like to hand out
Assume
just
the sell.
Yeah, assume the sell, definitely. Yes, that's
Sorry.
No.
Throw my key
Yep. So when I have my parties, I pass out. It's just a tiny little packet. It has a loyal customer form, a distributor form, the product brochure, and the steps to success. So I make sure every one of those are in the packet that I hand out to whoever's there. And so, yeah, that's basically my parties. Oh, I usually do a setup kind of similar to this, and this is kind of go into what
I'll walk away
we
from
talk
it.
about next. Is so booths. So I know that it's challenging to get booths, but once you get the booths, they have been one of our most successful ways of getting new customers and distributors. You're meeting a whole bunch of strangers you've never ever met before. People see you on Facebook every day, and you know they're watching, but who knows how long it's going to take for them to bite. So when you're actually in front of somebody, that's like the perfect opportunity to actually like get them right then and there. So anytime I do a booth with Andrea, like most of the time, so that's usually my partner when I do them. Anytime we've done one, I've gotten like loyal customers,
yeah.
like at least 4. Not the last one we did, but the one before that, we got like 4 loyal customers out of that one. So you got those people for 3 months.
And
at
I would have
least.
never met those people if I hadn't got myself out there. I
No.
want to say something real fast, but yeah, social media is great, and I built my business off of that. But belly to belly, getting people like wrapping somebody, showing her results, she's basically talking about getting yourself off of social media and meeting new people, networking, getting to booths. I would have never had those loyal customers. I would have never even known those loyal customers. So it's not just social media; it's you have to get out and network and belly to belly.
And we actually have distributors we've signed through booths. I mean, people that we never would have met had we not done those.
And don't feel like, I've been in 2 years, so don't feel like you have to have all the products. Because it took me a while to accumulate them. But a big tip too is, most of these are empty, so it's things I've used, I just kept the bottles. Because you're not going to want to take all nice, brand new product. So just always keep your empty stuff, that way you can display it like this.
Yeah, so the key is to have a good setup, but make sure that it's not too overwhelming. So for like Andrea and I being in for 2 years, yeah, we have every single one of those things out, and available. Even if you have only just your favorite things that you use the most, your empty packages, don't throw them away. Like,
And these
If
are
you
just
ever
the
do-
It Works boxes. You just wrap them.
yeah, we wrap them up with
Paper.
wrapping paper. So if you don't have empty product bottles, there's going to be other distributors on our page. Just go out there and
Sorry, another thing too is when you wrap, just take it off and put it in water, rinse it off, and because people, we can tell them all about the wrap and whatever, but when they see the wrap and actually fill it, we have to fill. We have to, what is this? So if I just go, next time you wrap, wash it, dry it, and we carry this everywhere. All the time, Marie, do you got the wrap? She's like, but you got it. We're like always like, hey, because you want to show
We're like,
people what the wrap is.
I know.
So we even have a face one, and we always like joke around. Oh my gosh, it's so cheesy, huh? Right? And then they laugh. And
Oh yeah, we always joke about it. It's funny
Yeah.
though, like, and it kind of breaks the ice when you
Yeah.
when you make a joke. So also I keep with me. I should have brought it, but I didn't. I have a little file folder thing that's about this big, about envelope size, and I have all my distributor applications, customer applications. I have brochures in there, blitz cards. I have a dry wrap, the facial and the body wrap, and then it's a nice place to keep your receipts because you definitely want to make sure you're doing that. But I have that readily available at any given time. So like, if we're ever out and about, walking around or doing something, I actually have something I can pull out, and you know, it's just like having one-on-one on the spot. So okay, yeah. So make sure it's a good setup, not overwhelming. Have a few before and after pictures available. So like, we usually have these ones. We have Ashley's, of course. A personal one Andrea has. I have my own
And
personal
all I
one.
did was just do an 8x10 and laminate it, because it's nice to just grab it and be like, look, this is me. And when you have personal ones, it's better to see.
Yeah.
Believe you.
Product brochure that's laminated, so that way you're not, blowing through your product brochures. This actually gives people. I use this as an example all the time. When I talk about the loyal customer program, I just, let the person know, so you have two different ways of buying product. You can pay retail, which if you look right here, it's $99 for retail. You get 4 wraps for that. Or you have my loyal customer program. Kind of works like a Costco membership. There's a $50 membership fee, but then you always get this 40% savings. So you can actually get these box of wraps for $59. One way that you can do that is if you become a loyal customer and you buy one product a month for 3 months. It's just any one of these products for 3 months. You can waive that customer fee. So like, you don't have to pay that $50 membership fee. You can just get your product for the 40% savings. So it kind of keeps it simple, but not, but to the point.
Trying
So-
to explain it for the first time is like, I don't know, for me
Just
anyway,
keep
when
it
I explained
super
it for the
simple,
first time.
And I
It is.
used to never mention the $50 membership
I
fee.
don't
I used
even
to
say
not.
that.
But now I turn to it because if I say, if you do this, they'll waive the $50 membership fee. They're like, yeah, I want to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I used to never say it, but now I turn to it because I've gotten more out of it. Because if I say, you'll have to pay a $50 membership, otherwise they're like, okay, yeah, I want to do that.
Yeah.
So I have success with it, but at the same time, figure out
Yeah,
what
you
works for you.
you can
and do
figure
that.
out what works best for you.
So
You
if
don't-
they pay the $50 membership though, I just want to make sure I'm clear on this. So they pay it, they get the 40%
for life.
for life, but
They just don't have
still,
the 3 month
do they
commitment.
still have to pay?
They don't have to
No,
do
they
an
don't
auto
have to
shipment.
pay if they
That's
want.
that's
Okay.
avoiding the auto shipment. So if you don't want to get one automatically, you can pay the $50 membership fee and
And
just
then that's
order what you want when you want.
Got ya.
you know.
Okay.
I'm so
So-
sorry, but I'm going to have to rush you.
Okay,
Sorry.
okay, almost done. Okay.
Sorry.
So yeah, your product brochure, blitz cards, business cards. So to draw people to your booth, make eye contact with them.
Okay, yes. Sorry, I'm so sorry.
You're good.
Don't go like this. You're like that? Okay. No, me and Marie, and I was super shy at the beginning. Me and Marie are like, okay, yep, come here. We make eye contact. Come here. Like, we
Yeah,
are
check out
like,
what we
you,
got.
we made eye contact, you're over here. Because if you hide, nobody is going to come. They're going to be like this.
Yeah, if you're just
Like-
sitting behind your booth, they're
Like,
gonna
we
walk
even
right
did
by
one,
it.
and finally we stood it behind. Nothing happens. You have to engage. You have to show people you're real. You got to get them. Come here. Come try this. Come here. I don't want it. It's for guys. No, come here. We did that. The guy was like, it's not for me. I was like, you want the booth.
Oh, yeah.
Come here.
Yeah.
So you have to be outside of the booth.
Make yourself inviting,
Well,
smile,
hurry.
and ask them, hey, have you ever heard of this crazy wrap thing? And they're all, some people will say yes, some people say no, but just ask a question, draw them over to your booth, and then it's important to ask questions and pay attention to what they're saying, so that way you can direct them to a product that may help them. Don't be afraid of selling the deal right then. I just ask them, okay, so which one do you want to get started on? And it's like we're literally signing people up at the booth. Like, before I would just do my forms, now like we're doing our
We
phones.
get the phone. We're like,
yeah.
you're in. You're good. Because
So,
then they don't have the leeway that they can back away. No, you're in. Sorry.
okay, my last thing is blitzing. So another way to get in front of people is something that happens to us naturally on a daily basis. We go about our normal lives, and then we take advantage of every opportunity that we have to blitz, whether you're reverse blitzing or handing somebody a blitz card. Reverse blitzing is if you're just wearing your It Works t-shirt, your gear, your green, black, bling, whatever.
Lanyard.
The lanyard, yes, that's huge, huge, huge. People always ask, what is that? What are you wearing, you know? So that's your reverse blitz. And at that point, I love doing this rather than handing out a blitz card because I can say, hey, let me get your phone number, or let me add you to Facebook, or add me to Facebook, or, you know, I'll text you a coupon. That way you're not passing out a bunch of blitz cards and you're getting their contact information so you can follow up. And rule of thumb, 2 days, 2 weeks, 2 months. Make sure that you're following up with these people because right now, they're not thinking about you every day. You're thinking, hey, what happened to that lady at Harmon's? You know, like I'm constantly remembering her. But she's like, oh yeah, that lady at Harmon's. I'm glad you got back to me, you know. So it's crazy. So yeah, and then just pay attention during random conversations and look for opportunities to share your products. I was at a friend's house for a poker night, and this girl is getting ready to go in. She's a professional bodybuilder, and so she has to do like a lot of cutting and this and that and the other thing to qualify for this and that and the other thing. So like I heard what she was talking about and what she was like avoiding. Like she couldn't have, for example, like a beer because she's getting ready to go for all this stuff.
studying.
Right. So like something that could help her so that way I'm not telling her to go out and, you know, drink a beer and then have fat fighters, you know, so and it's going to change things. But it was an opportunity. I heard what she was talking about and it gave me an idea of what products she could, you know, use. And then, so yeah, reverse blitzing, being a product of the product, and having personal results to share. We're actually going to move on to Delise.
Thank you. I'm right here. I'm so sorry.
But I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
It's hard to get.
Okay.
I'm trying.
It's true. So my topic was being a product of the product. And so I just found this quote that says, quality in a product or service is not what the supplier puts in it. It is what the customer gets out of it and what they're willing to pay. So if they absolutely love, say, our energy, they're probably willing to pay $1 extra for that can of energy, correct? So that's something I thought was really cool because we have an amazing product. Like, all of our products are amazing. They're natural and they work. People are super into natural right now, and they're willing to pay for it. But are we telling them about that? Are we showing them that we use the product? I don't know. Like, I just came back from a convention, actually, for my other job, and I carried my energy around all the time, and I sell multiple energy drinks inside my career. And I probably had 45 people ask me, what is that energy drink? Where'd you get that energy? Of course, I had a case in my car, and I'm, like, selling them, you know, at a convention. But, you know, so I was able to talk to 40 new people about an energy drink that they can't buy at a store. 40 new contacts just because I took an energy drink with me, and I wasn't even drinking them most of the time. I just held it in my hand. So, I mean, I drank one every day, but I drank like 7, and I carried it with me all day. So, so facts tell and stories sell. So when we're talking about our product, being a product of the product, you can't be like, oh yeah, I heard from a friend that this fat fighter works. They're like, oh yeah, I want to buy that. No. They're like, okay, see you later. You're kind of weird, right? So when we're sharing our product of the product, share your history before. Maybe you had colon issues or something like that, and you are on taking regular, okay? So share your history before. Share them that, you know, hey, I used to have really bad digestive problems, and so that's my history. So then share how you were introduced. Like, I was reading on Facebook, and this girl was talking about how her stomach always hurt so bad, and then she got regular. Or, you know, share how you heard about it. They want to know. They want to know, did you just randomly find it on the side of the street? No. They want to see, did you get on Facebook? Did someone come talk to you? No. Like, they want to know where you found it. They want to know if this is a real product or if it's just, they want to know where to get it. So share your time frame. Share how long you've been on it. Share the results that you got from that time frame. And then focus on one thing. Don't be, I mean, for instance, let's think. Greens, right? We have so many uses for greens. Everyone has a different testimonial on greens. So focus on one thing that you thought was your best part. So if your best part is, I got tons of energy from it, focus on that thing. Don't be like, oh, alkalines, detoxes, you get tons of energy, it's fruits and vegetables, super herbs, it's this, this, this. Focus on your favorite part, because that's what you're excited about. That's what people want to see, what you're excited about. They want to see what you're doing, and they want to do what you're doing. Just like Andrea said, she had someone that said, I want your lifestyle. I want this business because I want your lifestyle. She has no clue what she does, no clue what fat fighters are, but she wants her lifestyle. So just right there, that's the exciting part. So keep it super simple and just share the one thing that you think is best and let them ask questions. Answer the questions they ask. Don't try and answer every question you think that could possibly be coming up in their head. How do I change this? Just touch
Just down. Click the like down button. Nope, not that. Just the down button.
The
arrow.
arrow.
Got it. So, just saying. So for just like being a product of the products, you got to be an example of your business. So your why, I read this in a book recently. What was it? Rock Your Network Marketing. It's really good one. You should read it. It says your why should make you cry because your why is your reason as to why you're in this business. So if I'm sharing the product of the product, I also need to share my example of the business. My example or my lifestyle of the business is going to be different than Andrea's or Marie's, Marcy's. We're all going to have a different lifestyle. We all have different results, different endings, all through one company. So we want people to see, like, we all have different paths. We all have different futures, but we all get it from this one company, okay? So the 5 keys to an influential story. Who are you? Like, what did you do before this? What are you doing now? Do you have a full-time job? For instance, like I'm a salary employee, and I run a convenience store. I work 40 to 55 hours a week there. I own a restaurant with my family, and I work 3 nights a week there, and I have 2 kids under the age of 4. That's who I am. That's what I do. Why I was looking for another opportunity. I really wasn't looking for another opportunity. And I let people know that. It's okay that you weren't looking to find something. That's okay to tell them. I saw something posted on Facebook, and I wanted more vacations. That's why I joined. But that's the opportunity I found in it. Number 3, how did you find your business and why? I found mine on Facebook. Some people talk about how they found a Blitz card in their car a year later. So everyone wants to know why you found it and where you found it. Because we all find it different places, right? Number 4, so are results have you seen or do you hope to see? So if you're a brand new distributor, it's okay. Don't make it up and be like, oh my gosh, I made $1 million in my first month. No. You need to just show them what you hope to see. I hope this changes my family's life. I'm so excited to see in a month that I'm going to earn this $1,000 bonus and my life will be forever changed. I'll take my family to Disneyland for the first time. Or maybe you've seen that, hey, yeah, go ahead.
People, like I said before, people want to know why you are doing it. Because they're your friends, they're your family. I just sent a distributor and she posted, I just joined at work, I joined so one day I can be a stay-at-home mom with my dad, stay-at-home mom to my kid. She named his name. I really appreciate your support. Right there, she's not making, she just barely joined. She is sharing with her friends and family, this is why I joined, so please support me with this. You may not want to join it, you may not want this, but this is why I did and this is why I'm going to promote it. So people want to know why you're doing it and what is going to benefit you. And if you're brand new and people ask you how much money you're making, I just started. Like, I'm getting started. So I love that she said that. I hope to see that it does this and this and this. And that's okay. It's okay if you're not making money when you're brand new. It's fine. Like, everybody starts at the bottom. Just don't be, you have to just stand up confident and stand behind what you're doing.
You have to be real to people. You can't be like, oh, I joined yesterday and I just got like $900. Because then when they join, they're going to be like, how come I didn't get $900 like you did? And you're going to be like, oh, I kind of made that up to look cool. Like, you have to be you. You have to be you because people want to be you. Your story is going to connect to someone just like my story is going to connect to someone else. So number 5 was what's excited you the most? Like, what in your business excited you the most? I have always been someone that just likes to stay home. I hate people. Now I love them, but I hate people. So
you don't have to say that part.
Sorry. I don't love to be around people, but it's kind of exciting for me. It's true, okay? It's been kind of exciting for me because I've been able to meet people. I've been able, like Andrea, me, we're just talking about this. Like, I never met the girl until January 17th. I talked to her every day for a year. I'm pretty sure she wanted to, like, kick me out of her messaging because I talked to her so much. Then January 17th, I meet her, and I'm like, I sit down with her at the airport, and we're like, oh, hey, what's up? Like, I acted like she knew my kids and everything. And now, since then, we've been on, after Puerto Rico, we've been on 9 vacations together since January. That's pretty exciting to me that, like, I just met this girl that I just was lucky enough to be placed under, and we messaged for a year and never knew each other. So that's really exciting for me. So these were the 5 keys to an influential story, and just last note, I just went to a conference, and they were just saying that, like, building your income is directly related to building your influence. Like we hear from John Eric all the time. So find a way to make yourself influential and the financial freedom will come for you.
Love it.
Ooh.
Sorry. Look at the down arrow.
On it.
No, it was me because I was like, just click it.
Going.
Oh, yeah, it's farther down. Right there.
All right. So I am talking about a few different things. The first one is self-development. These are my strong points with the business. I'm super shy. I'll probably stutter while I'm talking to you guys because I hate talking in front of people. So with self-development, it's pretty self-explanatory. It's to develop yourself. Self-development is you taking steps to better yourself in any aspect of your life. So you need to sit back and look at your life and the things that you want to change, and look at the things that your strong points as well. Things that you can do to begin working on your self-development is taking a step back, I just said this, looking at yourself and your life and writing down the things that you want to change, your weaknesses, your strengths, your fears, and your aspirations. I need to write down talking in front of people because that's obviously one of mine. And let's see, where am I? And once you write these things down, you know, you don't have to share them with everybody. Everybody's their worst critic, their own critic. It sucks. It's really hard admitting your own flaws. Like, I sit and think about all the things I could be doing better in my business. Writing them down has made me actually be like, holy crap, I suck at this, but I'm really good at this. So let me figure out what I can do to better this part and make myself better in that department.
Awesome.
What?
I think you're awesome.
You think I'm awesome? I'm like, okay, now let's find ways to improve the areas that you guys have thought about that may be your weaknesses or your fears in your life and your business. And you can take self-development and not just put it only towards your business, but it can go to parenting. It could go to your job that you have. It could go to any aspect in your life. And I want you, when you guys get home, go ahead and write down your fears, your strengths, your weaknesses, your aspirations, all of that. And then go ahead and write down the things that you're going to do to try to improve on those weaknesses and those fears. With your business, one of the good things is you want to write down a daily schedule before you go to bed. Write down what you're going to do. I'm going to contact 10 new people. I'm going to add 10 new people to Facebook. I'm going to follow up with so-and-so. I'm going to follow up with my loyal customers and see if they've used their perk points. If you have a set schedule every night before you go to bed, you know what you're doing that next day. You're not going to have it in your mind thinking, okay, did I do this? Have I not done that? So if you actually have a checkoff list, it makes things easier to get done. You'll surprise yourself. You'll get probably twice as much done than if you keep it in your head. One good thing is that you need to attend meetings and trainings. If you show up, you go up. You want to stay involved. That's one of the good ways to improving yourself with your business. Another way, like I said, is writing down your daily goals. Once you get your daily goals written down, you want to push it out to a weekly goal and a monthly goal. You can't just set a monthly goal or like a 6 month from now type goal and not have it broken down into steps. You'll never hit it. You'll have all this in your head. I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do
So
that.
not dream of ambassador and not do steps to success.
Exactly.
Just say.
Exactly. My biggest thing that I do, other than attending trainings, is I'm not a reader. I hate reading books. But honestly, self-development books are like my thing, especially with the way that I grew up. It makes me understand what my mother and my father were going through, and it helps me develop myself to be a better person and a better parent for my daughter. And a lot of the books that I tend to read is like GoPro, Beach Money, The Greatest Salesman in the World, and The Secret. We all develop in different ways. If books aren't your cup of tea, I highly recommend that you research YouTube videos on self-development, self-worth, and whatever you are focusing on at that time. If YouTube isn't your cup of tea, I suggest that you find somebody that you connect to, whether it's your upline, your downline, or your sideline. Find a story that inspires you. If you find that one person that inspires you, pick their brain. Figure out what they did to better themselves if they have a similar story to you. I brought up the law of attraction. I got that out of, the first time I ever read it was in The Secret. I don't know if you guys have ever heard that book. The law of attraction, so what I learned in The Secret is that the law of attraction is the name given to the term that like attracts like. And that by focusing on a positive or a negative thought, one can bring about positive or negative results. This belief is based upon the idea that people and their thoughts are both made up of pure energy, and the belief that energy attracts like energy. So if you're constantly thinking like, man, I didn't get a loyal customer today, you're just attracting that to you. Every time I wake up in the morning, first thing I say is, I am attracting the people into my life that need this business and need the products.
She'll text me here. What's your goal today? Mine's this. Okay, this is yours too.
I'm like, you're signing 2 customers today. Yep, you don't have to.
Yeah. So,
So-
you just
If you're
if you try negative,
constantly,
it's
if constantly, no, you're fine. If you're constantly thinking negatively, and it's not necessarily like you're constantly thinking that you can't sign loyal customers. If you're constantly thinking like, shit, how am I gonna buy groceries this month? Or how am I gonna pay this bill? Sorry, I have a fountain mouth. If you are constantly thinking about the negative aspects in your life, whether it's money or your child is stressing you out and you're trying to do one thing and another thing here, you're just bringing it all into you. Your life is just gonna suck, basically.
So don't look at steps and think, I can't do this.
Right.
Even if you don't think you can, I'm doing this. I got this.
Yeah,
And then
and
seriously, it's going to just attract positive towards you.
exactly. And if you're sitting there thinking, you print out steps to success, you look at it, you're like, I'm gonna do this. You got this little voice up here. Like,
Yeah.
no, you're not. You're going to hell. You're gonna do this. Okay, ignore that voice. Tell it to go away. Okay, that voice is what influences your subconscious. Your subconscious believes whatever you tell it. So if you go home and do a bunch of YouTube videos on like your subconscious stuff, you'll understand this a little bit more into depth. Basically, with your subconscious, if you tell it that you've signed 3 loyal customers today, it already believes it because it's back here in your mind, and it has no idea. It doesn't see it through your eyes. Like, I have a hard time explaining it. You'd have to watch a YouTube video on it.
Just believe you can.
Yeah, just believe you can.
If you have,
Like I said, I go in depth
Netflix,
with this.
You can watch The Secret
Mhm.
on Netflix.
Yes, you can.
It's free.
I didn't hit down with that. So with visualization, I can't say that word, sorry, and the law of attraction, what I want you guys to do is actually sit down and visualize in your life what you want. And not just thinking of the picture of it in your mind, but close your eyes, think about, climbing into the 67 Mustang, sitting down, smelling the leather, feeling the steering wheel, all of that. That is what law of attraction is. It's not just, steps to success, I can see it filled out. No, you actually need to physically, write one out, totally make it up, put your potentials on there. That will help bring those people to you. Let's see, where am I?
Dream board.
Yeah, dream board.
Dream boards are cheesy, but they really are amazing. They really work. Yeah.
That's why we tell you to do it.
Because every time you wake up, you're like, a step closer, I'm going to get that. And then when you check it off, it's like, I'm just kidding.
All right.
Sorry.
No, you're fine. I'm trying to see where I am. Research on mind power shows us that there is no limit to what power that your mind can achieve. So you just need to be more open-minded. And like I said, you need to keep telling yourself that you're doing all this stuff, and your subconscious will actually believe you. Creative visualization as a mental technique that uses the imagination to make dreams and goals come true. Used in the right way, creative visualization can improve your life and attract to you success and prosperity. It is a power that can alter your environment and your circumstances, cause events to happen, and attract money, possessions, work, people, and love into your life. One thing I had read in The Beach Money, it's another book that I brought up, is that you need to get out a notebook or a journal and write your life how you see it, how you want it to be. You want to be there. You want to be in the present. Don't just write it as if it's in the future, like this is going to happen someday. You need to write it as if you're there. You find every detail. For an example, in one of my books that I've written down, I have 2 or 3 of them. I've even gone into the details of the carving of the wood of the front door of my new house. The smell of the house when I walk into it, the windows, the drapes, the colors, the patterns, everything. And then you're going to want to put that book away and not look at it again until your life has made some positive change. Get that back out and look at it and see what has come true. The other thing that I have is believing in yourself. This is one of my biggest struggles that I even sent Andrea. You get your dream board. I don't know if you guys still do in the starter kit. I don't know if they still do or not. Well, they used to send paper. It was about this big. It was a dream board that you could cut things out of a magazine and put what you wanted on it and hang it up so that you could visually see what you were working towards. Well, to this day, I barely wrote her the other day. I just barely finished mine. I never did it because I didn't believe myself. It was one of those things where I kept everything in my head, never wrote everything down. Kept everything in my head, didn't believe myself. Once you start believing in yourself, your life completely changes. It's something that you have to, I can't teach you how to do it, it's just something you're going to have to learn on your own. Like the other day, I was looking at a steps to success sheet, and I wrote her, I'm like, this is easy, I could do this today. And right after that, I'm like, Elsie, you just have to believe in yourselves.
And if you don't, find somebody that does.
Right.
I always say that. But you have to have a lead. Like Christy Day, who says, didn't know me, never knew her, but she believed in me. And because she was so high up, I was like,
Holy crap.
She believes in me. Okay, now I gotta do this. Like, find somebody that believes in you, whoever it is. If it's not even your upline, if it's anybody on this team, just that's kind of why I did the post the other day of who inspires you, because I wanted her to see that she inspires me, or I want people to know that you. It doesn't matter who you are. You're inspiring somebody on that group page every time you comment, or every time they see your name, or every time they post. So that's kind of why I did that, because I want. So if you don't believe in yourself, find somebody that does. Because
Right.
Haley came to me, wanted to quit. I was like, you ain't quitting.
That was like a year ago. We'll just throw that out there.
Yes, sorry.
Um,
And I was like, you're not quitting. Sorry.
And my biggest thing with my issue with having a hard time believing in myself is because of the way I grew up. I grew up with parents that were addicted to drugs. My brother pretty much raised me. I didn't have anybody believing in me. I had to believe in myself. And joining this business, I totally just jumped in, didn't know what I was doing, had no idea what a wrap was. I just saw cash. Okay? Government employee, furloughed, had no money, didn't get paid for a month. I needed cash. I had a little girl who was 2 years old, couldn't afford winter clothes that was coming up. And jumped right in, had nobody believing in me but myself. And a couple months rolls by and I messaged her. And I said, I can't do it. I've been doing this as a hobby. It's paying for my bills here and there. I'm selling wraps, whatever. It's just not my thing. It's not working for me. But, I wasn't believing in myself. I wasn't putting in the effort or the time. And I didn't feel like I had any support at the time. And right after I messaged her, she's like, you only fail if you quit, and I'm here for you. So having her there, believing in me, made me believe in myself. So if it wasn't for her, I wouldn't be here right now.
That's sorry.
so cute.
I'm gonna tear up. Thank you. Are you done? I'm sorry.
No, I'm done. I'm done. Here.
I'm like, okay.
You are
Sorry,
now.
I'm sitting down.
Yeah, don't talk in front of people.
No, you did awesome.
Yeah, thanks
And
for
then
making
here I
me feel
come
better.
Good. You're really
Yeah, no, I
good.
really don't talk.
Okay, so I'm going to talk about the 400 Club. And we kind of got to hurry. I'm sorry. Okay, 400 Club. Does everybody know what that is? Personal bonus volume. So meaning, I have all these loyal customers. It's my auto shipment if I have it ran and all my loyal customers' orders. Let's say I have her and she's got distributors and loyal customers. That doesn't count. It's me and my orders and my loyal customers. So these are two examples. I should have changed it up a little bit. So, okay, I'm not gonna. But do you see like the difference? See how they have 4 loyal customers each, but their volume is like almost 100 difference? So when I sit down with one-on-one, I had one today, and he's like, so 4 loyal customers get you there. And I'm like, no. Like I could have 10 loyal customers to get me to 400. She could have 2. It totally depends on what everybody orders. So every single month, your goal is to get to 400. Every single month, that should be your goal. Before anything else, you need to get yourself to 400. So even if you don't run an auto shipment, so I put it separate because some people don't. So if you're sitting at 194, you just got to put signing more loyal customers. So, and I'm going to be harsh for a minute, and I tell myself this too. I'm hard on myself. If I can't get myself to 400 every single month, why am I doing this business? I'm just saying, like, we all join for money, right? So if we can't even get ourselves to 400 to get us a paycheck rolling in, you kind of got to work harder for your business. And I know that's mean, I'm sorry. But even I'm harsh on myself. Like, if I can't even get myself to 400, what am I doing? And don't get me wrong, I place my loyal customers, so yeah, I do. But seriously, you just got to get yourself to 400, because if you can get yourself to 400, you can teach everybody below you to get to 400. And I'm going to talk about why it's so important. So for executive, it's you on the top, you sign 2 distributors. You get yourself to 400 and then teach them to get to 400. And the reason I say, I don't know, you just need to get yourself to 400, because let's say I send Elise, and she's like, I'm going to rock this, doesn't do anything. Well, then I start placing a lot of customers under her, and so I put 2 under her, let's say, and she's like, she's got this. You know, you don't. Like, so that's kind of why I want to start, and I'm shifting it in my business. I'm shifting to my new people and telling them almost like, get yourself to 400 in 30 days. Because if they get themselves to it, it's a goal they checked off. They're going to see more money instead of having just 50. So, like, and don't get me wrong, I'm learning all the time. I do stuff different with all my new distributors, too, and I leave bad in my mind sometimes because I don't do the things I should at the beginning. So, I really want to, like, pound in your head why the 400 Club is so important. Because look, if Delisa Marie are my distributors, okay? I taught them to get to 400 themselves. I didn't have to place any of my loyal customers. They did it on their own because they got their own loyal customers, if that makes sense. So getting it, and it's not just get to 400 so I can rank. No, it's get to 400 because your check's going to be higher. You can teach your team to do the same thing. Everyone's check's going to be higher. You're going to rank faster. Does that make everyone is just going to, it's going to help you when you start building.
You're going to organically move up
Yes.
in this company.
Yeah. Okay, so now Ruby, okay, no, I'm going to back up. Okay, so executive, when you, no. Okay, so stop. Okay, so when you hit executive, let's say you just have those 2, Once you get executive, it opens you up to getting paid out on 3 levels. So this right here is your first level. Now, if let's say I have Delise has maybe 5 under her, but for my executive, I have that. I would get paid out on 2 distributors under Delise. So you open up the 3rd level, if that makes sense. Yeah. Anybody lost?
Show them the next chart. It'll be easier to show.
Okay, so you hit executive, and here's executive, but let's say this person has 3. You would open up the 2 underneath. Yeah. So then Ruby, by hitting Ruby, let's say this person has 2 under her. By hitting the rank of Ruby, this is why ranking is kind of important too, because you're opening up more of the compensation plan. So by hitting Ruby, you open up this is the 1st level, this is the 2nd, you open up the 3rd and the 4th. So it may not show on this chart, but let's say this person has a ton below them, you're going to open up 2 more levels.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Right.
So by ranking, as a distributor, you only get paid out for 2 levels. Executive, you get paid out for 3. Ruby, you gain the 4th level. Emerald, you gain the 5th level. And then what's cool about Emerald is once you hit Emerald, you start making 2% infinity in your downline. Am I making sense?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's say something I just learned. I thought, okay, how the heck is the company paying everybody 2%? Seriously, like off one order that's $30, how is everybody making 2%? Well, that's what I thought. So let's say you hit Emerald, you open up the 6th level. Okay, well when you hit Diamond, and I'm using Delise, I'm so sorry, you were just there.
I like it.
Delise hits Emerald, I lose that 2% on that leg from the 6 down. She gains it. Does that make sense? Because I literally thought, oh my gosh, company's paying everybody 2%.
You get it until the next
Yes,
emerald.
you get it until the next emerald becomes up, and then you lose it here, but you'll still gain it over here.
And don't look at that as you're losing
No.
anything on that. So once you get to diamond, she's going to probably mention it.
What?
You open up, like your generation bonuses, your cab bonuses, and all that stuff. So like, don't look at because when I first got what it meant, I was thinking, oh, that sucks. I'm going to lose like that part of my paycheck. Then it dawned on me. Well, yeah, I might have lost that 2%, but I'm getting an extra.
So much. Yeah.
Just from becoming diamond, you get your cabs
And I don't know if everybody's seen, like up here, it actually tells you what you get paid. So on a diamond, this is considered your first. That one, and those ones, that's called your top line, first line. You get paid on 10% on your 1st and 2nd line. And then you get paid 5% on your 3rd, 4th, and 5th. And then if you're emerald, you get paid on 6 and below. But, so I posted it in Just Rabbit because everyone's like, okay, what do I not get paid until I get distributors? I'm like, no. The second you personally sign a lot of customers, you're making 15%. So if I sign a low customer and I move it under to this person, I'll make 10% because she's on my top line, but I'll lose the 5% enroller bonus, and that person becomes the enroller. I'm still the person they'll contact. They don't know anything behind the scenes, but so by placing your loyal customers wherever you're placing them, you're losing that enroller bonus. If you place a distributor, you're still gaining that. You still keep the 5% enroller bonus. Am I making sense? I feel like everyone's like. Diamond, I always talk about how Diamond changes your check. The reason is fast start bonuses. Everyone knows what those are. So I send Delise, she gets 2 customers, I get the $100 bonus. I hit Diamond, I sign Quincy, so I hit Diamond, the next day I sign her. I get the $100 fast start on her and an $80 bonus. Okay, so let's say Quincy goes and signs all of you guys. I get 80 on everybody that she signs. So that's why Diamond's huge, because if you see the big jump from Diamond to double, it's like 2,000 to 6,000. That's why. Because if she goes and signs 100 people, I get $80 on every single 100 person. So Diamond really opens your check, and the double, you get cabs every time you go up. But I think that's all I had. Okay, I'm gonna have Jamie and Janelle, their turn, share their stories. I wanted to I kind of picked what I thought was everyone's strong point, but these two, I love their story, and I want you guys to understand that this is real. We're not just making this up. We're not making this. It's changing my life. I want you guys to see real people and hear their stories, and I'm gonna cry already. Sorry. I was gonna do them both, but they combined kind of how when I joined, I literally ran from Mary. I was like, "You're signing up with me." Sorry. And because I had a buddy, I had somebody next to me.
I know it's not easy.
Like you did, and so that's kind of like them. So
Almost a friendship with the person.
I just wanted them to share their story. Okay.
Okay, so just to start, I need to give you a little bit of background, and I have the hardest time, like, telling my business to people. So, like, telling my story was really hard for me, and I've been on a couple of calls with Andrea, and I just would throw out a couple little things, and I never really, like, I have a hard time divulging, so I'm sorry if I'm, anyway.
I heard your story and you made me cry.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, I'm like,
We're all gonna be
So
falling
if
over
you've already heard it, it's not anything new, so.
I won't cry.
I am a mother of 6, and I am a high school English teacher. And but my story kind of starts way back before that. I was kind of a rebel child. I had kids pregnant my senior year in high school. Had 2 kids like right out of high school. I was a single parent for a long time, and then I got married. Horrible marriage. 2 kids, divorced, single parent of 4 for a long time. So the majority of the time that I raised my kids, I was a single parent. So for me, most of my adult life has been struggling for money. It's been struggling financially to feed my kids. I remember times where my gas was shut off, my utilities were shut off because it was like, do I feed my kids? Do I have electricity? And so I've been there, and that was that's hard. And I know a lot of people come to this business because they feel like it's an option. And I remember when I got divorced and I was starting out as a single parent, I remember feeling like I hated feeling like I didn't have options because I was so strapped by my income. So anyway, as a single parent of 4, I put myself through school, got my degree, started teaching high school right about this time. I remarried. My husband's a mortician. I was teaching high school, and sorry.
Get a picture up. Oh, I didn't even put it on there.
No good.
Okay.
Even better. Sorry. But anyway, my husband was a mortician, and so we were doing okay at this time, financially, not like still paycheck to paycheck, very much so. About a little over a year ago, my husband and I decided that we were going to buy a mortuary in Arizona. And so he quit his job. He was working as a mortician here, but he was only working kind of part-time because they couldn't really give him full-time. So he was working kind of part-time. He quit his job. He moved to Arizona. He was going to work for a year or 2, and then we were going to buy the mortuary. And he got down there, and long story short, didn't end up being what we wanted it to be, and he ended up moving home. So now he was unemployed. We have 6 kids at this time. I'm a school teacher, and teachers' pay is, doesn't take care of a family of 8 very well. So anyway, so that's about this time is when I started seeing Delise was posting stuff on Facebook about It Works, and I was kind of ignoring her, to be honest. For a long time, I kind of ignored her. True story. And so kind of during the time that he went to Arizona and I was home, I think is when I signed up and I started buying hair, skin, and nails, started kind of trying the product, and I liked it. But then when he came back and that kind of didn't work out, it was like, okay, now I was looking at the financial side of it. And she had posted that she posted all kinds of stuff, going on vacations and all this stuff, and I'm like, come on, Delise can do it, come on, I can do this. So I finally called her, and I'm like, all right, tell me about it. And she sent Marie and Brittany to my house, and they came and told me about the business, and I was skeptical. I loved hearing their stories, but I'm like, that's so far ahead. Like, I will never be diamond. I will never be double diamond. It was so far ahead that it was kind of hard for me to wrap my head around. I signed up about a month later, I think, and I did signed up a few customers, did really nothing with the business for 6 months, 5 months?
Till October.
Till October. Anyway, so by this time, my husband's still not working. We had decided we were going to build our own mortuary, so we started the whole business plan, did all this stuff, had everything up and going. Found out right in the process of financing that he has pre-esophageal cancer, what they think is pre-esophageal cancer, and said he has to have some procedures or something done. They weren't sure what direction they were going to go, but they said basically this is not going to go away, and it's something that we're going to have to address right now. So the idea of building a mortuary and having him have this major surgery was just not going to work. So we had to put that on hold. So again, here we are, family of 8, 2 kids in college at this point, and working on my teacher's salary. And I teach, and I do student government, and I do all these other things kind of to bring in extra money, and it was killing us. So anyway, in October, last week of October, I was like, okay, this is stupid. I paid the $99 to sign up. I've got a few loyal customers. My checks were like $40 a month. But even as small as they were, I knew that I would get paid. I mean, I thought, it's not a lot of money, but it's still something, $40 more than I had last month. So I decided that I was gonna hit it hard, and I was gonna do this. So this is where Janelle comes in the picture. So I'm thinking, I gotta have a buddy to do this with, because I knew I couldn't do it alone. So I called Janelle, and she was not interested. And I'm like, come on, you gotta do this with me. And she kind of resisted. And I remember I called her one night, and I'm like, come on over here and rap. Let me put a rap on you. And she responded, I'm not feeling it. And it was bad. I mean, like, I thought, we're gonna not be friends over this, because she is gonna fight me every step of the way. So finally, I made a hair appointment. She does my hair, so I'm like, okay, I'm gonna get it. So I made a hair appointment.
I knew it.
But I didn't have to bring it up. She brought it up to me, and she's like, all right, what? Just tell me about it. And I told her, I'm like, you got to do this with me. And so she decided to sign up with me, and so, but from the very beginning, she was like 100%. So do you want to? Should I stop here? You can tell your business.
Yes. Okay. So I think when she first came in, I felt bad because I flaked out so many times.
She's like, I'll be right there.
I'm like, okay, I'll just say something about it. So I was like, okay, so tell me about it. So she starts telling me about it. Now, before this, I had got her into Melaleuca. Do you guys know what Melaleuca is?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I had got her into that, so I was like, crap, I have to sign up. Because we didn't do anything with it. I mean, we didn't make any money or anything. And I had been in a couple before, like Pro Tandem. Has anybody heard of that? Yeah. That was like a $500 buy-in. It was crazy. I don't even know I don't even know. Actually, my friend paid for me to get in because I couldn't afford it. Didn't make a penny off of that. So whatever. So I really only did it because I love Jamie so much. So, but I also said to myself, I'm a person that when I do something, I'm all in. I'm all in. But I signed up when? November.
Yeah.
Didn't really do anything until conference. Mm-hmm. So a week before conference, we weren't gonna go. And she was like, "You gotta go. It changes your business."
And we're like,
yeah.
Well,
it was like days before.
Well, we were sitting here one night and talking about it, and Delise called me, and she said, so, if you were able to go to conference, if you were able to go to conference because you get time off work. And I'm like, well, yeah, I can get time off work, but I don't have money to go to conference. Yeah. And she's like, well, let's just think about it, And then, again, long story short, because she believed in me and because she knew how much it was going to mean for my business, between her and my husband, they made it work. And it was awesome.
So then she calls me and she's like, I am not going unless you go. And I'm like, I can't go. Like, there's no way. I've just been a stay-at-home mom. I do hair. I do not leave my kids. Like, I don't leave my kids or my family. And we went.
No, it was like 5 days before, and they come here. I think we're going to go. Yeah, you're going.
We found, this is bad, but we went to a payday loan. We got a loan.
Like the day before, on my lunch break, I'm signing a payday loan. Because we're like, I'm not going to go by myself. So
when I left and came to conference, I had one person under me. I don't know who it was for sure. But so conference was over when? January
17th.
14th. Yeah. When we got back, I hit diamond in, what is that, 2.5 months?
Yeah. 2 months.
Yeah. So conference was, really, if you, you have to go.
And you guys think I say get on conference calls and get to team meetings or
no,
whatever?
But seriously.
Just to say it? No, it changes
it's
your
unbelievable.
life.
We all stood there in conference when they were announcing the double bonus, and we all sobbed. And I always thought, I am not going to be one of those idiots that wears the shirt and the lanyard and cry. And here I am in But there's something about being there and seeing all these people, and they'll say to you, like, well, Diamond stand up, and they stand up, and I'm like, oh, there's so many of them. And I thought, they're just people, we can do this, you know. So we got home. On our way home, we were
I'd been talking to Jackie forever, and she.
You messaged me at the beginning of November, so it had to have been like right after you started out.
Yeah.
And I literally told her,
Yeah. But we kind of had a plan, and when we came home in January, we were the crazy rap girls. We were.
There was
nuts.
nothing else. I remember sitting my family down and telling them, there's going to be things that I'm not making it. We have cereal. And I used to make, like, gourmet
She
food.
cooks.
Like, at night, I cook, I clean, I do everything. I'm like, sorry. And my mindset just changed. It just changed.
But we
had one-on-ones every day. That was
Parties,
that was
4 nights a
what I
week.
wanted. A one-on-one every day. That was my goal. Parties. There was times, she called one night. I cried. I cried because I could not, emotionally, I couldn't do it anymore. But she's like, just keep going. And we did, and we made it.
We did, and it was. I mean, it was a lot of work, and it was. But you know, we did it, and by the end of March 31st, she had diamond, I had double diamond, and even then it was like.
in January?
I was not even anything. I was
Yeah,
a
she was a
distributor.
distributor. I was. I think it was
one under
under Ruby. I can't remember.
You were Ruby.
You were.
I think it was Ruby.
in January?
Yeah.
But I remember going to conference because you're thinking.
Oh, because I was pissed because they gave me an
Yeah.
executive letter, and I'm like, oh, am I gonna say Ruby? Yeah, I was
You're a
Ruby.
distributor.
That's
I was
right.
just
I was
looking
Ruby.
I remember just looking at this people's because it says on there what you are and
Like
it was like
Haley's.
triple diamond.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
telling Jamie, look at everybody's
That's
triple
my
diamond
memory.
and look at diamond. Like I
Yeah.
couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
And
But we did it, and
Yeah.
it was. And even once we hit it, like it didn't seem real until the next month when our paycheck posted, and it was like
it's still I can't
it
believe it.
for somebody who has not been, never had extra money. I mean, in my whole adult life, I've never had mad money. I've never just gone on vacations or, I mean, my husband and I traveled twice a year, and when our taxes come, we pay in advance because we know that if we wait until then, we'll never have the money to do anything. And so, I mean, we've lived a really limited, I mean, like, we're not going to be able to get groceries, kids, so it's cereal until Friday when we get paid. And I get paid once a month as a teacher, which is horrible. So, I mean, it was, with our only income being once a month, it was really hard. But when that first paycheck came in, I was like, I cannot, I mean, still, I don't know how many times I've gone and looked at my commissions that are posted because I'm like, this cannot be real.
It's hard for me to believe still. Like, still. Every month my check gets bigger and bigger, and I'm just like, this is so crazy,
But it's so possible.
It's so possible.
And the thing that's awesome about it is it's for anybody. I mean, you don't have to have a college degree. You don't have, I mean, it's for anybody who's willing to open their mouth and talk about the product and share it and dream big enough and to go after it.
Believe in yourself is that is the hugest thing. Like I see people that they just one day they sign up, a week later they are done, and I'm like,
All because like one person told him no.
yeah, one person told them no. Like it makes me feel bad that they have not enough confidence in themselves to just keep going. It
One
makes
thing
me
you can
sad.
tell yourself is those no's aren't paying your bills.
Right.
Keep looking for the yes. Every no you have gets you closer to that yes. And a no isn't a no right now. It's just not right now. Because there's so many times I have people tell me no. Like, I think I talked to Desiree, like, how many times?
And yeah, I talked to
And
Marcy.
you're like, not yet, honey, I'll message you. I'm like, okay. And a year later, she's like, hey, girl.
Yeah,
In the middle of the night, I'm like, hey.
Well, because you never know what happens in people's
So,
lives.
exactly.
And this is something they can fall back on, and this is something that they can change their lives.
So
Yeah.
what at conference do you think sparked? Like, what was it for
Gosh, I
you?
don't
Both
even
of you.
know.
I think for me it was seeing people that were like me. Seeing people, just that there was no magic.
Because
And
do you
they're
guys
just
think
the
like,
people.
do
They're
you guys
just
think that triple
people.
presidential ambassadors are like, right?
Yes.
Like you do. But
They're
then,
royalty.
like when you go to corporate events and they pull these people on stage and you're like, she can do it. I
Yes.
guess. Like
A
you do like,
25-year-old girl
yes.
is on welfare.
and
And
now,
she's
now
up
is the
there on the
millionaire.
stage on $1 million. I'm just like, oh my
Millionaire
gosh.
That's exactly what happened with us too.
Oh, yeah.
We went to our very first ONA, and like watched people that were like our age and younger, like people like at that time that were younger than me, and I'm watching them, and they're like ambassador presidential diamonds, and they're making all this money. I'm like, like if they can do this, like I know we can do
Because
this.
if you believe in yourself, you can do it.
yeah.
See, when I signed up, I wasn't looking to make $6,000 to $8,000 a month, or I was like, if I could make an extra $500, it will change my life. I mean, it will change my life completely. And I remember saying, I mean, years ago when I'm sitting in my little crappy apartment, you know, in like when my life really was at its lowest point, I remember saying to my sister, I used to say to her, you know what, someday my ship is going to come in, and it is going to be so huge. Like I've earned this, you know. And it was so many things in my life, so many challenges, and I always was like, oh, but when it comes in, it's coming in. And I have to say, it came in. Like March 31st, my ship came in, and it seemed, I don't know, I mean, this isn't a job. I mean, I love what I do, and it's not, you know, I can't fit 40 hours a week and more to make, you know, to make more money, and I'm going to quit my job next year. I'm going to be home with my kids for the first time my oldest daughter's 21 this year, and I'm going to be a stay-at-home mom. So it's huge, and it's a reality, and it's a reality for anybody who's willing to put in the time and to go 100%. So there's our story.
Love it.